My name is Anna. I am 16 years old and I live in a big city full of people, cars, and noise. But even in such a busy place, I often feel alone. My mother works long hours and my father left us when I was little. I have friends at school, but sometimes I feel like no one really understands me. One evening, I was walking home from school through the park. The sun was setting and the air was cool. I liked this time of day because the park was quiet. As I walked past an old swing set, I saw a boy sitting on one of the swings. He looked about my age, with dark hair and sad eyes. I had never seen him before. "Hey," he said, looking at me. I stopped, surprised. Strangers in the city usually ignored each other. "Hey," I replied. "Do you remember me?" he asked. I frowned. Should I? The boy sighed and looked down. "Maybe not, but we used to be friends. A long time ago." I stared at him. "That's impossible. I don't remember you." "You did. Once," he said softly. "My name is Jake." Something about his name felt familiar, like a distant memory I couldn't quite reach. But I was sure I had never met him before. "Are you playing some kind of joke?" Jake shook his head. "No joke. You just forgot me. But I never forgot you." I felt uneasy, but also curious. "Where do you live? Which school do you go to?" "I don't go to school anymore," he said. "And I don't live anywhere." "Not really." That made no sense. "What do you mean?" Jake hesitated, then smiled. "Want to sit for a while? I can tell you a story." I wasn't sure why, but I sat down on the swing next to him. The park was empty except for us. "A long time ago, there was a girl and a boy," Jake began. "They were best friends. They played together every day in this park. They shared secrets, laughed, and promised to be friends forever. But one day, something happened. The boy disappeared, and the girl, she forgot him." A chill ran down my spine. "That sounds like a sad story." Jake nodded. "It is, because the boy never wanted to leave. And he never wanted to be forgotten." I looked at him closely. "Are you saying I'm the girl in the story?" Jake gave a small, sad smile. "Yes." I shook my head. "That's crazy. If we were best friends, I would remember." "Would you?" he asked. "Think, Anna. Do you remember playing in this park when you were little?" I tried to think back. I had memories of playing here as a child, but they were blurry. I remembered laughing, running, and sitting on the swings, but who had I been with? My head started to hurt. "I don't know," I admitted. "Maybe. But how do you know me?" Jake's voice was quiet. "Because I was here. And I never left." I felt a shiver run through me. "What do you mean?" Jake looked up at the darkening sky. "One day, years ago, we were playing near the lake at the edge of the park. It was late, and no one else was around. You ran ahead, laughing. I ran after you, but I slipped. I fell into the water." I gasped. "No." Jake's eyes were sad. "No one saw. No one heard. And when they found me, it was too late. You were so young, Anna. You didn't understand what happened. Over time, you forgot. But I didn't. I stayed." Tears filled my eyes. "That's not possible." "It is," Jake said gently. "You forgot me, but I never left you. I watched you grow up. I stayed in the place where we used to play. And now you see me again." I felt dizzy. This couldn't be real. Ghosts weren't real. But deep inside, something told me he was telling the truth. "Why now? Why can I see you now?" Jake smiled a little. "Because you were ready to remember. And because I needed to say goodbye." Tears rolled down my cheeks. "Goodbye? I've been here for so long, waiting. But now that you remember me, I can finally move on." I shook my head. "Number. I don't want you to go. I just found you again." Jake reached out and gently touched my hand. His touch was cold, like the wind. "You'll never really lose me, Anna. I'll always be a part of your memories. And now, I can rest." I wanted to say something, to stop him, but a bright light started to glow around him. His form became blurry. I felt a deep sadness, but also a strange peace. "Goodbye, Anna," Jake whispered. "Thank you for remembering me." And then, he was gone. I sat there on the swing, staring at the empty space where he had been. The night was silent. The park was just a park again. But I knew the truth now. Jake had been real. He had been my best friend. And even though he was gone, I would never forget him again. The city still moved around me, loud and busy as ever. But I was different now. Because I had found my lost friend. and I had said goodbye. And for the first time in a long time, I didn't feel so alone.